Okay, so my name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, dentalnachos.com. So glad to have you guys on Dental Nachos CE on TV. The way it works, one of my 4 favorite words, the way it works, it's a great transitional phrase to use many times in your life. Like when my daughter says, I want another Okay, so my name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, dentalnachos.com. So glad to have you guys on Dental Nachos CE on TV. The way it works, one of my 4 favorite words, the way it works, it's a great transitional phrase. That should be good there where I could. So Dental Nachos CE on TV is one of my favorite things I'm going to share with you. I made a video like this morning, be a lot with video here. A CE course needs to be 50 minutes, 50 minutes. So we're going to kind of play this pre-show. There's going to be some prizes in this pre-show. There's going to be ways for you to reach out to us if you have questions and things of that nature. So I'm going to play this and then we're going to get our 50 minutes started. The way that is going to work is we're going to go for 50 minutes. You can ask questions throughout. If we don't get to all of your questions, I can hang around at the end. We'll have 50 minutes of content. When you enter the code watching this live, you will get live CE credit. Pretty cool. You can get live CE credit from your couch. If you're watching this on demand, recorded, there's going to be a quiz for you to answer. But if you're watching live, you do not need to fill out the quiz. You just need to enter the code. Jill from Dental Nachos will share in the Zoom chat how that works. So let's start this 7-minute and 36-second video before we start our course. There's some prizes in here. There's some sharing. So listen in. This is also a really good time as you settle in to put questions in the chat. If you could share with me where you're watching this from, and if you're a practice owner looking for an associate, if you're an associate looking for a job, if you're a dental student going to be looking for a job in 1, 2, 3, or 4 years, or you're someone just hanging out with us, share with us who you are in the chat as this video plays.
New ideas come from? How do leaders get new ideas going? My name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, dentalnachos.com. At one of my favorite places in Philadelphia, Washington Square Park. I come here with the moderators, Mrs. Nacho, come here to drink coffee, walk, think, and this is one of my favorite statues by awesome leader George Washington. And what you're about to watch is Dental Nachos CE on TV, one of my new ideas. A way for us to share content like a real TV show. As a kid of the 80s, loved Family Ties, loved Cheers, loved ER, loved Friends, loved Game of Thrones, did not love the ending, still not over that, loved Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I also am my favorite Seinfeld, Curb Your Enthusiasm. So can we produce CE that's fun like a real TV show? And how can it also work like TV? When you're watching it live, like you may be now, you will earn live CE by entering a code at the end. You'll earn live CE credit from your couch. Pretty cool. You may be watching it on demand, like on DVR. There'll be a quiz for you to earn CE credit there. So you can earn CE anywhere, anytime, from your phone, from your TV. So you're watching Dental Nachos CE on TV, one of my new ideas that I'm so excited to produce with my Nacho team, with awesome speakers. It's not just about me, and for you to learn anywhere on earth. This is also a way, I also love in-person CEs. This is not to replace it, it's to augment it or add to it. I'm sure if you're familiar with Peloton, we have one in our home. You can take an online class, you can take a live class, you go to a studio. Fun fact, my brother and dental partner, Dr. Jeff Goodman, brother Nacho, is one of the best Peloton riders in the country. So if you ever see him on a ride, he often finishes in the top 5 of thousands of riders. He's not going to like that I said this on this video, but I wanted to share something cool about him. So on Dental Nachos CE on TV, you're going to have the opportunity to rewatch the shows. How often have we gone to an in-person CE? I've done it. I'm a speaker. I've also watched CE courses. And I said, man, I really like to remember that or watch that again. But the course is over. So it's an opportunity to live stream CE, watch it on demand, and augment it by going in person. Also, one of my favorite things, being Dr. Nacho and Dental Nachos, is to model my company, what we do here, after Mexican restaurants, and often many awesome Mexican restaurants give you free chips and salsa. Everybody, huge fan of the free chips and salsa. So some of the free chips and salsa I would like to give out right now to you, write this down, is a text code. So the Dental Nachos text hotline is 55444. 55444. Text any of these words to 55444 and you will get free prizes. First free prize, text ACT, A-C-T, to 55444 and you will get a complimentary implant course that you can have for life to watch over and over again or until the internet melts down. Next word, Kiko, K-I-K-O. Text Kiko, K-I-K-O, to 55444. You will get a free watch and pass to our Keep It Kind online CE Summit featuring amazing speakers, my friends, Dr. Mark Costas, Dr. Maggie Gustin, Frank King, and Dr. Shakila Angadi. Next free text code is text DSN. DSN is Mark Costas's group. He's offering a 45 free day trial. He's someone who we've spoken at each other's events. We're fun friends, collaborators. He has some courses on the dentalnachos.com site. So if you text DSN to 55444, you'll get a 45-day free trial to the Dental Success Network. My brother Jeff and I are part of the Dental Success Network. It's a great group. What are some other text codes? What are some other free prizes? And some of you maybe got one, some of you got two, some of you got three. Get as many as you want. Here's some other words that you can text. You can text the word WELL, W-E-L-L. That is one of our best prizes. You get a 10-hour CE series. Text the word WELL to 55444. And the final text prize, or two text prizes, I'd like to talk about are in the transitions world. So one of my favorite courses is Successful Dental Career Transitions that I did. It's an hour course that you can watch with your spouse, with your friend, with your parents, with anyone that will go over buying and selling a practice, how to prepare yourself. It's 60 minutes. It's one of my most fun, some say funniest, that was my aunt, courses. Text the word success to 55444. And the final text code is one for anyone. I'm a dad, which is awesome. I'm a dentist, also awesome. I'm Dr. Nacho, also awesome. All those jobs, awesome and exhausting. So sometimes at the end of a long day, I need some parenting medicine. What is parenting medicine? Well, parenting medicine is wine. And Gary Vee, someone that I followed, someone that I've read his stuff, listened to his podcast, talks about kindness being the best business strategy, talks about documenting and not producing videos. You hear a lot about him on CE courses. He has winetext.com, which is a program for you to save on awesome bottles of wine. I created a text code for that. So if you text Nacho Wine to 55444, Nacho Wine, one word, you'll get my referral link to save on wine. I wanted to show Gary Vee, I've never met him, but I'd like to one day show Gary Vee that Nacho Nation appreciates what he does. So you can text it, it's totally free to use, and you can get some awesome wine delivered to your house, which is another way. We can't go to the wine stores, it's all curbside. Everything's become curbside or delivery. My whole life is curbside or getting it delivered. So we're gonna start the CE on TV show in just a few minutes. Just a reminder here, if you have any questions about getting the CE, email CE, just those two letters, CE, at dentalnachos.com. If you have questions for us about how we can help you, maybe you're looking for a job, hiring an associate, buying a practice, figuring out your life, or just some questions in general, email salsa at dentalnachos.com. I really like email buckets. I highly recommend you make an email bucket, a different email for all your transition stuff. Don't make it nachofan72 at gmail.com, the same email that you've had since you were a high school student. That's happened to me. It gets clogged up. It gets, you miss things. So I would make an email bucket just for this. So salsa at dentalnachos.com. So you got C at dentalnachos.com for CE questions, salsa at dentalnachos.com for general questions. And we still have a phone number. We still use the phone. 267-896-4886 is our Nacho Client Services. So you can ask questions about when our next CE course is happening, when that becomes legal. You can ask questions about programs that we have, like finding a job, hiring an associate, or anything that we can help you with. And it's all also on dentalnachos.com. So I really appreciate you being here for Dental Nachos CE on TV, taking the time out of your life in your day to see one of my new ideas. I want you to get awesome value out of it. It's supposed to be, if we're here live, interactive on TV. If you're watching on demand and you have questions about anything from the show, email salsa at dentalnachos.com. And don't forget about our text code platform. Text any of these words to 55444. Easiest one to start with is WELL. Text WELL to 55444 because you will get a free 10-hour CE series just for watching this. So that's some pretty good free chips and salsa. I'm Dr. Nacho. I really appreciate you being here, as I said before, and also that we're doing things like bonding together through learning, sharing, and caring. We can fight the dental student hunger games. We can create a dental community where we share more, care more, and build a better dentisting world. together.
Okay, guys, thanks for watching on this with me here. And you're going to see my face in just a second. Before you see it, I want to let you know I did have to shave for the N95 fit test. And since I do that, my daughter, the moderator, says I look like I'm 11. I don't know if my dad is helping, but welcome, guys, to Dental Nacho CE on TV. I want to start by sharing with you what we're going to be talking about. So welcome Dental Nacho CE on TV, Associate Matchmaking Tips by Dr. Paul Goodman. That's me, Paul Nacho Goodman. In this course, Dr. Paul Nacho Goodman will review how to be successful in the job-finding world of dentistry. Attendees will learn how to manage expectations, be prepared for interviews, and identify if a job is the right fit for them. This course will also review how dental practice owners can be successful in interviewing an associate. The objectives are to develop a system for identifying if an associate position is right for you. Review 3 crucial points a job seeker and a dentist hiring an associate must know, both the practice owner and the person looking for the job. Figure out if your dental practice can support an associate. Discuss unique ways a dentist looking for a job, an associate looking to hire an associate can BTL, bring to life the job through the power of video. So glad to have you guys here. And I thought of something recently. People don't really learn through PowerPoints. I have more PowerPoints than you can imagine, more slides, but today we're going to go through through video, my face, maybe some little signs that we're going to use here that we talked about, like the text codes, the free text codes, text to 55444. It's going to be fun. It's going to be informative. Please ask questions in the chat and the Q&A. This course is about you. So I always want to start, everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters, one of my favorite quotes. Also, managing expectations is the key to success in life. 2 golden nacho phrases: everything that matters needs a system and everything matters. Managing expectations is the key to success in life. So we talked about what are the 3 things a practice owner needs to be able to ask an associate, or answer for an associate, and an associate be able to ask. So let's take a look at this video. What I've also done is, this is on our Dental Nachos YouTube channel, so you can use this as resources. We're going to talk about the BTL videos a lot, bring to life videos. Videos 0 to 60 seconds, 60 seconds to 5 minutes, 5 minutes and above, while you make different ones. So let's take a look at these 3 crucial points to get started.
Hey, dentistry friends, this is Paul, Dr. Nacho, DentalNachos.com, and I would like to share with you the 3 most important questions you need to ask or have the answer to if you are looking for a job as an associate in dentistry or looking to hire an associate. What are these 3 questions? First question, most important question: why is the office looking for an associate? Second question, also very important: what procedures do you want the associate to do? And the third question, how will the associate be compensated? Whether you're looking for a job or looking to hire an associate, you need to figure out the answers to these 3 questions. If I can help you in any way, just reach out to us at salsa@dentalnachos.com or visit Dental Nachos.
So 3 key points, 3 key points. That was Friday before the fit test. Now my face looks like this. The moderator said, when I said, how's it look? She said, not so good. You look like you're 11. So I couldn't tell if that was a compliment or not a compliment. She's very honest, the moderator. She should be a reporter. She's an honest 5-year-old. So what are the 3 questions right off the bat? This is how you remember stuff, right? If I'm monotone the whole way, this is this. You bring things to life. The 3 questions: why is the owner looking for a job? What procedures do they want you to do? And how will you be compensated? So like the game show Jeopardy, if you're a practice owner looking to hire an associate, or an associate looking for a job, we're going to meet in the middle and figure this out. So usually when I do these courses, I start a lot about the person looking for the job, but let's go in reverse. One of those movies where we start in reverse and talk about the practice owner first. And here's a video that the practice owner can do to BTL, bring to life the job they are offering. And I did one this morning for you guys to share. The power of video, you can watch it over and over and over again. So let's take a look here.
Hey, Dentistry friends, this is Paul, Dr. Nacho, DentalNachos.com, and we're going to talk about a Nacho BTL video, a Nacho Bring to Life video for practice owners looking to hire an associate. A BTL video to share the story of your associate position should be 30 to 60 seconds. It's something that you can put on a YouTube clip that you can share via email and text. The BTL video is to bring to life the job that you are offering to an associate. So I'm going to share an example of one now, which is a real story from my life of when we were looking for an associate a few years ago.
Let's break this down. I always want to be a sportscaster. Stop the tape. It's kind of weird looking at my face half stop, but let's look at this. It's 32 seconds on this YouTube clip. So we already know that this is going to be a 48-second video. What am I going to get out? Write down, if you're a practice owner or if you're going to interview for a job, write down what you need to know. So if you're a practice owner, I encourage you to make a video like this. Get your iPhone, wear your AirPods, corded headphones, doesn't matter, or a lav mic, and practice making this video to bring to life your position, to manage expectations. Everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters. Another great golden nacho phrase: my ability to connect with and motivate people will determine my success in life. My ability to connect with and motivate people will determine my success in life. So let's look at this 48-second BTL video for practice owners, what they can make and put on a YouTube clip and they can share via email, via text to share their positions. So this is a real job that I had 2 years ago because our awesome associate was leaving. Our awesome associate was leaving. How many of you think, before I start this video, you're dentists, right? We have dentists here. We have a lot of people watching in. Raise your hand if you think our awesome associate was leaving for a bad, dramatic reason. Who focuses on the negative? Who thinks our associate was leaving for a bad, dramatic reason? Didn't like our philosophy of occlusion? Who thinks our associate was leaving for a good reason? Who thinks our associate was leaving for a good reason out there? So that's a key point of the why. So let's take a look at this video here. Please feel free to ask questions in the chat and the Q&A so I can answer them throughout.
Hi, my name is Dr. Paul Goodman. I have 2 practices in New Jersey, and we are looking for a general dentist to join our team. Our current associate is leaving to go to a perio program. The job here entails doing cleanings, exams, fillings, night guards and crowns, and some minor specialty work like extraction bone grafts. We work as part of a large team with multiple general dentists and specialists. We have a daily safety net guarantee, so we can make sure, or you can make sure, that you can pay your bills, pay your loans, pay your rent, with an opportunity to make more based on collections. If you would like to reach out to me to discuss this job, please reach out to me at salsa@dentalnachos.com or call 267-896-4886. I look forward to hearing from you.
So what did we get out in that video? What came to life in that video? Someone share with me, okay? So this is an interactive course. It's a holiday weekend. I'm here, got this hat on, no beard. It's an interactive course. So if we were together, I would call on someone, but we're apart here, do this virtual social distancing. So we go back to this video here. Somebody share with me something that stood out to you from that video. If you were applying for a job, what's something positive or something you said that I would like to apply for that job based on something from that video? So I'll give you guys 30 seconds, drop in the chat, something that stood out in that video. Name the procedures that the associate will be responsible for. Where the associate is leaving, why they're going, guaranteed base pay, exclamation point, daily guarantee. So in 48 seconds, clear on expectations and the job description. I see my buddy there, job description, thanks. So awesome, I really appreciate that. And I'm going to show you another video here in a second. So that's a 48-second BTL video that we are going to utilize as practice owners. We're going to share some with how you would do this as an associate as well. So let's take a look here. Now this is a long practice owner video. We're going to break it up into segments, but it's rare for me to go into detail for practice owners like this, and I should more often. So if you're looking for a job, listen carefully, because these are things your practice owner should be saying. If you're a practice owner, you think I need an associate because I feel busy, you need to really, really develop your why much better.
Hey, dentistry friends, this is Paul, Dr. Nacho. What I would like to share, talk about in this video, is what practice owners should plan for when hiring an associate, what practice owners should plan for when hiring an associate. It is super important for practice owners to sit down and think about what this job entails, what they would like to offer, and answer the 3 most important questions in every associate interview. Why are you looking for an associate? What procedures would you like the associate to do? And how the associate will be compensated. The why is one of the most important. And I talk about, is this associate position a car or a boat? Is this associate position a car or a boat? A car is a need, a boat is a want. Both are okay, but managing expectations is the key to success. Managing expectations is the key to success. So let's break down these 3 questions. So you're a practice owner, you're thinking, why do I want an associate? Is it because you want a lifestyle change? Possibly work less, go on more vacations, have coverage at the office, and mentor a younger dentist. All of those are totally cool reasons, but all of those are wants and not needs. So if you have an associate position that is a want, it's going to come at a higher financial cost to you. So one of the questions all practice owners should ask themselves when hiring an associate is it okay? Am I cool with making less money for the first 6 to 12 months of this position? Because when you incorporate a dentist into the office and there's not enough production, you need to share your production, just like nachos and just like pizza. This is what my own dad did for me back in 2004 when I became an associate at his office with his partner. They did not need an associate, but they wanted one. So I would see new patients, and my dad and his partner would filter work to me that some they might refer to a specialist, but that's not quite as much, but more so general dental work, cleanings, fillings, night guards, cleanings, fillings, night guards, and some simple procedures like extractions and bone preservation. But what they both needed to do to have me in the office was to share their production. They were both okay with that as we grew the position. I also had done a multi-year GPR, so I'd come with a skill set that I could add procedures to the office. So if you're a practice owner that refers out all extractions and endo, this might be an opportunity for you to share that with an associate. But you cannot put too much pressure on your associate to be a specialist inside of your office. Why? 2 reasons. 1, general dentists often don't do enough cases to be as fast as a specialist or to know how to troubleshoot. Now they can select cases. I talk about easy, medium, and hard. So let's say they do endo. They can select easy and medium cases and refer the other cases out. But this is something that you would talk about on the interview. And really, one great tip, a golden nacho tip, if you're thinking about bringing an associate into your practice, is to track what procedures you are referring out, extractions, implants, endo. Really track that on an Excel spreadsheet or just a piece of paper. And then you can have a conversation with your associate and saying, hey, every month I refer out 12 endos. Last month we did 6 molars, 6 anteriors, and premolars. Are you comfortable with that? And as a practice.
So let's pause what we're talking about here. So this is why I made this video this morning while the moderators and Mr. Notch and I were at Rittenhouse Square, was because it's different than a PowerPoint. It's a real video, bring this to life that you guys can watch over and over again if you're an owner. But what are some of the things we shared in the first 3 minutes? Key is, what are the procedures you're looking for your associate to do? And if you'd like them to do specialty procedures, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to identify easy, medium, difficult. What is the associate's experience? You also don't want to put too much pressure on a new associate in your practice with new patients. You're probably going to hear this in a minute, but what is the number one reason when you're an associate and you start a new job? You often are operating a lot more. You're slower than you were at your previous job. So if you do a crown at your previous job in 73 minutes, and then you go to a new job and you do a crown and say, why are these crowns taking me 92 minutes? Does anyone know the answer to that? Why is a new associate slower in the practice that they join? Anyone want to speculate? It's an important thing to realize with scheduling your associate. I have some of my friends on here. I know they wouldn't mind me calling on them who've had associates. My one friend, first of all, the Zoom chat is for you guys to share. So different materials, new assistant, definitely part of it. Different materials, new assistant is definitely part of it. Also, if you have a job and you want to connect with someone, the Zoom chat is for you. The Nacho Zoom chat area is for you guys to connect, make friends, share anything you like about yourselves. Aren't used to the staff and system, and so building rapport, and that is the thing. Seeing new patients is exhausting. Imagine having 10 new friends in a day, super exhausting. So practice, or you walk in, Mrs. Smith, hey, Mrs. Smith, how's the cat? You start your filling. A new associate has to build rapport, and you have to remember that. So in building rapport and doing a specialty procedure, it can put a lot of pressure on that associate. So if you're a practice owner out there and you want to build the associate schedule with specialty procedures, I caution you, that's not the best way to have an associate start in your practice and only do that. They have to do some general dentistry procedures as well. So let's go back here and listen here.
Practice owner, you want to protect your patients and your practice, and you want to make sure that the associate has a skill set to be able to do this. I believe people have great intentions. I want dentists to connect and bond together, but one of the most challenging parts of an associate position is asking the associate to do procedures he or she is not comfortable with. That does not build patient confidence. So that is things that you would think about as a practice owner. The why, is it a need or a want? If you're replacing an associate, that means you already had an associate. So why are you replacing that associate? A good reason. Your associate, like mine a few years ago, is going to perio. I had a full-time position available for an associate because my associate was going to perio, because I told her that's a good field to go into. So we need to replace a full-time 4-day-a-week position. It's also important to describe the job to the associate in a way that makes sense, such as, I'll talk about my job. This position is 4 days a week. We guarantee daily safety and guarantee $500 a day with the opportunity to make more based on your collection percentage. The procedures that you will be doing will be cleanings, fillings, night guards, extractions, and some bone grafts that.
So now my face stack, super important. So when I graduated dental school in 2002, I did a multi-year GPR, and then I went to work with my dad. So I was very lucky that he didn't go on associate job interview. So you think, why is the guy teaching us about jobs? He didn't have to look for jobs, because since that time, I've been matchmaking associates since I started out of residency. I always liked connecting dentists. I was always trying to help solve problems. And someone say, I need an associate, and I'm in Philadelphia. So I love this matchmaking angle of bringing dentists together and managing expectations. When I got out of dental school, very common for associates to have 2 or 3 part-time jobs. When DSOs came into the picture, full-time jobs became more normal. I see one of my predictions is that part-time jobs are going to become more popular. Why? No one is sure what type of patient volume, including me, we're going to have when we go back to dentistry. So it may be a good time for an associate to have a 2-day-a-week job in one place and a 2-day-a-week job in another place, so they can have an opportunity to earn more, practice more. So the part-time job I see is making a big comeback. So if you're a practice owner, really see how much production do I have to share, which we're going to talk about more through this video. Any questions you guys have, please keep dropping them in the chat or the Q&A section.
Are simple. It's not a place here at this office where you're going to do a lot of endo, advanced implants, and advanced crown procedures. We're a team. We have multiple dentists. A new associate we want to put onto our team to embrace the culture. So for this associate, it was a perfect position. He or she was looking to grow in that way. For other people, it wouldn't be, and that's okay. It's all about finding the right fit. So if you're a practice owner, remember, you need to answer these questions. Why you are looking for an associate, what procedures do you want the associate to do, and how the associate will be compensated. We'll talk in more depth about compensation. I'm a big believer in the daily safety net guarantee. This is a time where you're looking to connect with a dental-focused attorney about making a contract. What do contracts do? Contracts manage expectations, just like a treatment plan with your patient.
Couple things from there. The daily safety net guarantee. How does a daily safety net guarantee work for me? The way it works is, another phrase, you hear the phrase a lot, the way it works, golden nacho tips, phrases, everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters. My ability to connect with and motivate people will determine my success in life. How does the daily safety net guarantee work? The way it works is, great transitional phrases. If you work in our office, Dr. Nacho's House of Dentistry, for 100 days a year, and you have a $500 a day guarantee, that means you make $50,000 NMW, no matter what. NMW stands for no matter what. There's an opportunity to make more. If we take 33% of net collections, what's a normal percentage to pay? I've seen between 28 to 35% of net collections. What are net collections? Net collections is the collections minus any adjustments, okay? Insurance write-offs, taking off the lab fee. So those are things that are not collectible, net collections, so 33% of net collections. So the daily safety guarantee protects the associate and makes them feel confident. So I want to go over here. What are 4 important C's? And you may hear this more time. 4 important C's. What are they? Clarity about the job, confidence, comfort level, and culture. Clarity, confidence, comfort level, culture.
Patients. You wouldn't do an advanced case without a written treatment plan. You wouldn't do an advanced case without a financial agreement. We don't do any cases without that. So you're going to have a dentist come to your office and you want them to feel the 3 C's. These are the 3 C's, golden nacho tip. The 3 C's are this for practice owners. Clarity about the position, confidence in you and what you are offering, clarity, confidence, and comfort zone with the procedure they will be doing. Clarity, confidence, and comfort zone. And a 4th C is culture. Share the culture of your practice, whether it's fee-for-service, PPO, whether you do 30-minute crown preps, 90-minute crown preps. You're looking for someone who's a good fit for your position. Great questions you can ask as a practice owner. We'll go over this in more detail. Are really great that you're applying for this position. You did a GPR, you worked at a corporate office for 3 years, now you're looking to change. I just have a question. Here, we are a PPO office. What that means is we have a fairly high volume of patients. If you were to do a crown on number 30, always tell a story that BTLs brings to life what you're talking about. We're going to talk about sharing stories, BTLs. If you were to do a crown on number 30, how long would you like for that procedure to do the preparation, the impression, and the temporary? And during that time, you're going to have to check 2 hygienists. During that time, you have to check 2 hygienists and just listen to what the dentist says. There's no right answer.
So
there's
that
no
is one of
wrong
my
answer.
best golden nacho tips. Asking golden nacho tip in an interview. If you're a practice owner, looking across at some nice young dentists, I say, okay, you have a PPO practice. Say, you know what, if you're doing a crown on number 30, like prep, impression, temporary, and you had to check 2 hygienists because you're at the office by yourself. How much time would you want for that? And listen for the answer and be open-minded. If they say 2 hours, will that fit into your economic model? If they say 30 minutes, you might think, I can't do it in 30 minutes. How could they do it in 30 minutes? So I'm going to ask you guys to share now. We're an interactive C. I want you to share one of 2 things in the chat. I'm going to let 120 seconds go by because sharing is caring. It helps you guys. You guys are all in the chat. Look at what your fellow dentists are saying. I want you to share one of 2 things. One of 2 things. How long you would like for a crown prep on number 30, prep, impression, temporary. Or share a daily guarantee amount you've seen for yourself or friends. 500, 400, 800, 1,000. Share a daily safety guarantee amount that you've offered or seen, or how long it will take you. So I'm either going to see 120 minutes, $500, 120 seconds for that. Guys, you're doing great here. So I see here an hour for everything, an hour and 30. I see an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours. So that's, you guys are managing expectations. Now, the daily safety net guarantee, I see 500, I see 450, I see 450 to 600. So I am here to JBR, just be real, including JBN. So if you come to Philadelphia and you go to Alves when it's open on Friday nights, it can be a 3-hour wait. So I'm not super nice to you if you say, we want to go before the movies. Tell Vez, do we need a reservation? We're going to go at 7 and our movie's at 9. Will that work out? If I say, it'll be fine. It's not going to be fine. I'm not being nice. It will not be fine. You will be there. You say, I asked Dr. Nacho to be fine, and it's not going to be fine. So what is JBR? JBR is just be real. The reality. Hey, if you go, it's going to be a 3-hour wait. You might miss the movie. I know you really want to eat nachos, but I know you want to go to your movie. What is JBR? And what have I been saying way pre-pandemic? The daily safety net guarantee for dental associates, the daily safety net guarantee for dental associates of $500 a day has been the same since I got out of dental school in 2002. But the debt for dental school has tripled. So the massive dental school debt without the concurrent increase in pay for associates is a financial problem. Doesn't mean one you can't solve, doesn't mean you can't find a place where you make more. It's just something to be aware of as owners and associates going through this. Great sharing there. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you for sharing in the chat.
So there's just a good fit answer. The dentist says, I would like 2 hours for that. Does that fit into your economic model? As I am here in Philadelphia, one of my favorite places, Rittenhouse Square Park, it's currently the pandemic coronavirus crisis, so the Nacho family spends a lot of time at parks because parks are still legal during the pandemic. But I love Mexican restaurants, no surprise there, named this whole company Dental Nachos. There's Taco Bell, there's Chipotle, there's Alves. Taco Bell, Chipotle, Alves. If you think of Taco Bell as a high insurance DMO PPO place, Chipotle PPO fee-for-service hybrid, and Alves a fee-for-service office. Doesn't mean one is better or worse. The Taco Bell can make more money than an Alves location, but the chefs that you're going to hire, that's what these associates are, dentist chefs working with you in your culture. You're to figure out, and it's not easy. Associates, practice owners, I want to share with you, this isn't easy. High-level dentistry connections is not easy, but you want to set yourself up for success. Everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters. Asking an associate, how long would you need for a procedure like that? What would be ideal for you? These are questions, and both of you, the associate owner, please get notebooks. I like to use notebooks that aren't giant ones, aren't tiny ones, small ones, and say, I just want to jot down a few notes, because you guys, I'm just telling you, dentists are not used to talking to each other. We don't really do it very well. So when you're asking questions, you're going to ask a question and then you're going to forget it later. So when your office manager said, how long would they want for a class 2 composite? And you say, I forgot what they said. Or do you have any financial expectations or financial, I would call it, you know how we talk about clinically acceptable? What is your financial clinically acceptable range for making? Is it $100,000 a year? Is it $150,000 a year? Is it $200,000 a year? So to review some key points in this video, as a practice owner, dig in and figure out before you advertise the why, the what, and the how. Realize that bringing an associate is often a cost. Even when you need one, bringing in a new associate is a cost. All the patients to associates are new patients. You have to be patient and understanding with new patients for an associate. Imagine if you were seeing new patients all day, every day. That doesn't sound so great to us medium-aged and seasoned-age dentists. If I can help you in any way with this process, just reach out to us at salsadentalnachos.com or dentalnachos.com. Connecting dentists is some of our favorite things to do, and we would love to help you. So just visit dentalnachos.com for more information.
Let's check in with you guys, and we're at a CE course, virtual one. So I want you to share with me. We now get 90 seconds. I want you to share with me one thing. Actually, let me take a question first. Good question. What happens if you interview at an office, but you are out of residency, haven't had much experience with mirrors, and would like to learn? Took CE. How can you tell from the interview if the practice owner are interested in mentoring? Really excellent question. So if you have a procedure that's high level, veneers, placing implants, molar endo, and you want to see if that's something you can do there, first ask about, hey, I'm really interested in doing cosmetic dentistry cases. Is that something I could learn to do here? Watch you do it. So watch, ask me that question. Hi, Dr. Nacho. I am interested in cosmetic dentistry cases. Is that something I could learn from you? I'd say that is a great skill to learn. You cannot learn it from me. That's not something I do. I do not have a lot of experience with veneers and smile makeovers. I have experience with implant overdentures, fixed implant cases. So if the practice owner can't solve problems for a case, so I can mentor you with an implant overdenture because I can step in, solve the problem, tell you the parts and pieces. Now we do have a prosthodontist at our office. So if someone asked me that, they'd say, yep, you can, the prosthodontist, Dr. Rob, he can help you. So really good question. But if you're going to do, this is a really good tip, golden nacho tip. If you're going to do a high level procedure in a dental practice, somebody in the dental practice has to be able to troubleshoot it. It can't just be you. Because if you're new to doing it, someone has to help you troubleshoot. It's very challenging. One of my golden nacho tips I wrote out for you guys here, let me just see, was taking CE helps you get out of debt. Sounds like it doesn't make sense, but taking more CE helps you get out of debt, but it's the right CE at the right time. It's also about patient relationships. So in the beginning, taking patient communication, how to connect with people, how to treatment plan, those are really good skills. To do a full mouth rehab when you're really new out of school, it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means you need to have backup in that office, because if things go sideways, nothing goes wrong. Nothing goes wrong. You want to notice? Nothing goes wrong. Don't say wrong. There's not anything that goes wrong in my life or in dentistry. Pretty nice life I got. Things do go off script though. They go off script a lot. So you could say, hey, that went off script. It's not how we had intended it to be. We're going to need to, our lab is going to make some enhancements. So really good question with the mentoring there. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question. 120 seconds. Learning is about taking little bits of information and making yourself better. A little bit better makes a lot better dentist life. How do you remember stuff? To remember visually, writing things down. I want you to share in 8 words or less. We have a bunch of people watching with us, which is awesome on this holiday weekend. Share with me one thing you learned from the first 32 minutes of this CE course. Tell me one thing that you've learned that you're going to remember that stuck out to you. 8 words or less. Put it in the chat. You have 120 seconds to do that then before we watch our next video. While you guys are doing that, 3 most important questions, great. I'll share the text codes again. We give out a lot of free prizes. You just text this word to 55444. They're all free. Some are CE courses, some are deals, some are trials to programs. So we have the 3 questions to ask: managing expectations, importance of clarity. Need someone to help you bail you out if you're doing an advanced procedure. Things don't go wrong, just go off track, right? Yeah, see? Things don't go wrong, they just go off track. Ask the heads why they're hiring an associate. Great words, off track, sideways, nothing goes wrong, just off script. That's okay, thanks. Kiko, Success, Act Well, DSN, and Nacho Wine are your 6-pack of free toppings. If you don't like them, you don't get a refund because they're free. Another thing I'll share with you guys, if you're interested in asking more questions, salsa@dentalnachos.com, and that phone number, that is not my phone number. Happy to give you my phone number. That's Brandon's phone number, salsa@dentalnachos.com if you have any questions. Great. Okay, so one of the things you want to identify. So has anyone had this experience? Maybe you've had it and you could share. Someone got a pet, a dog, a cat, a hamster, and they got the pet and they're like, this pet is not for me. And they have to give the pet away. They have to give it to somebody. Has anyone seen that happen where they get a pet and they have to now say, we cannot handle this pet. This pet is not what we thought. So when you have a dental associate, especially if you're here's the thing I just want to share with the audience here who's looking for hiring associate. There's 2 types of owners, only 2 types of practice owners. Have they had an associate before or have they not had an associate before? Have they had it before or not? Yes, no. Have they dated before? Not dated. Boyfriend or girlfriend before? No boyfriend or girlfriend. Husband or wife? No husband or wife. There's 2 categories, because if you've never had or done something, your expectations may need to be managed. And you as a practice owner need to have a lot of patience with a C, the ability to answer a lot of questions, because you have this awesome dentist in your practice who needs to learn from you. They may not need to learn how to hold the burr for a crown prep. They need to learn how the financial system goes. They need to learn why Mrs. Smith doesn't ever want a crown, even though her tooth is broken off at the gum line. You're like, don't mention the crown. Mrs. Smith doesn't get crowns. So let's watch this video. And this brings to life, BTLs brings to life what a practice owner mindset has to be in having an associate. And if you are applying for a job, at some point in the interview process, please remember this, at some point, ask this question. Ultra salsa golden nacho tip. Oh, is this the first associate? Is this the first time this practice has had an associate, or have you had one before? Two different categories. Doesn't mean don't take the job if it's your first time, just for awareness. Life is about awareness.
During this pandemic, the moderator learned how to ride a bike, been working on it for a long time. She went from a balance bike to a real bike, and she wants to show you how. But I wanted to ask the moderator, what made your dad a good teacher of how to ride a bike?
He was patient, he was positive, and he made me do it.
Made you think you do it. All right, let's.
Everything that matters needs a system, and everything matters. So Daphne and I have been working on riding a bike for a long time. She had a balance bike. Now she has this bike. Jill's still on the thing. Jill, my sister, gave her this awesome bike. It's been the highlight of the pandemic for her. But I have a lot of patience with this. So I always made her feel like she could do it, but I wanted her to be safe. There are times I said, hey, you can't do that. It's unsafe. So an owner, I was patient. I made her think she could do it. And I was positive. Patience, positive, make her think she could do it. So let's take a look at her results in riding a bike. This is the opposite of a lot of unfortunate times in dental school where we're told we're not going to do it. We can't do it. The other moderator, she just learned how to walk. She trips a lot. If she was in dental school, the instructor would be like, you trip once, you might as well just give up on walking. But like, I got to crawl everywhere. It's this magical place of being supportive, giving corrective action, being positive to get the result, because it benefits two people at the end. It benefits the associate and the practice owner when that person can be a dentist in your practice, so you can go on vacation, leave early for something, have someone to help you. But building up an associate in a practice, doesn't matter how much dental experience that associate has. Sometimes that's a problem, actually. The more dental experience can be a challenge. Doesn't mean I wouldn't hire someone with 10 years of experience, but that means sometimes they're not quite as open-minded. I'm not quite as open-minded to doing things now. If I went to an office and they told me to use Algin, I said, I'm not going to use it. I got to use Silgen. I'll buy it myself. Silgen is one of our sponsors, Algin alternative. So I'm just saying, when someone's in their open-minded stage, a lot of times it's the best time for molding. So let's take a look at Daphne's bike riding.
See. So great. So having a dental associate, hiring a dental associate, it's a lot like this. As a practice owner, you need to be patient, positive, and make your associate think he or she could do it. But you also have to give corrective action. And hiring an associate in your practice can be one of the most awesome things that happen in your practice. But if expectations are not managed well, it can also present a challenge. So during this course, we're going to talk about what practice owners should be thinking about in hiring an associate to make sure they have the time, the patience, and want to teach their associate to ride a bike. Because in the end, if you do it, it's so worth it to see the growth in your associate, to get help in your office with your patients and team, to get coverage when you're away can be phenomenal. But as I said, I'm Dr. Nacho, been doing this for years. It's important to manage expectations up front. Know your why, explain your why, and we're going to talk about that today. If I can help you in any way, just reach out to dentalnachos.com or salsadentalnachos.com. Great job, moderator.
So how much would have been great? I mean, who here would have liked to have heard, great job, great start, more in dental school? I don't know, we should teach dental school instructors how to teach. Yeah, thanks for raising your hand. Who would have liked to hear, great job, great start, you're doing okay? That's how life works. The toxic dental school nature, my job is to kindly annoy people, I think. Sometimes Mrs. Nacho just says regular annoying, but it's just sad that dental school is like this. We take bright young people and they're trying to learn something, and then we take people who just break them down. break down the argument, not the person. Break down what they're doing, not the person. We want to hear, good job. You can do it. But that doesn't mean say something's a good job. It's not a good job. There was a really great story of a dental student who said, I had the best instructor no matter what I did. And even if it was not good, he always said, that's a good start. Let's fix it. Let's make it better. And that's how teaching happens. So that is what owners need to do. Now let's switch gears. As you guys can tell, a lot of this is pretty much the same owners and associates. I filmed this video this morning. So who out there has had an associate position? Or if you feel like sharing, it's a Sunday, maybe you're having wine, we're all friends here. Who's ever been in a relationship, had a friend or an associate position, thought it was good, didn't turn out so good. Thought it was going to be good. It turned into a frog. Watched a lot of princess movies in my house. Will your associate position turn into a frog? And that's a challenge. So what can you do to prevent your associate position from turning into a frog? And here's some content on this here. And we're in front of a frog, Rittenhouse Square.
Hey, Dancing Friends, this is Paul Dr. Nacho. And what I'd like to talk about is, will your associate position turn into a frog? Will your associate position turn into a frog? Having two moderators at the house, we watch a lot of princess movies, and one is actually The Frog and the Prince. So will the associate position you're looking at turn into a frog? And the best way to prevent this from happening is to ask great questions during the interview process along the way. Manage your own expectations. And here's the key: don't become too emotionally invested in a position until you've asked other people about it, like a dental-focused attorney, like people who are not emotionally invested in your life. Because I want to tell you a story about a dentist whose associate position turned into a frog. And this dentist is awesome. She is my friend. She is somebody who did the training at the residency program where I teach. And all year long, we talked about red flags for finding a job, problems along the way, what you could identify early in the process to not take a position. And we had gone over this over and over during lectures. And this associate, who was very motivated, this resident, had found a position, and she came to me and said, hey, Paul, what do you think of this position? But when she came to me, she had that face on, that you guys know this face, where she didn't want me to say anything bad about it. It was like, hey, I'd like to take this job. It's really great. What do you think of it? So now it's hard for me to give honest feedback. Well, it's hard for some people, but it's not hard for me, because one of the things I talk about is I like to kindly annoy people into good decisions. Being a good friend is the willingness to annoy someone into a good decision. I will give you an example. I'm here at Rittenhouse Square Parks. During the pandemic, parks are still legal to go to. Over there is a restaurant called Park, one of the best ones in Philadelphia, one of the most popular. And sometimes people show up like they're going to a restaurant, maybe let's call it their grandmother's brunch, and they're wearing an outfit that looks like they're going to a club in Las Vegas. And they say to their friend, is this a good outfit for my grandmother's brunch? And they already have the outfit on. Now that friend can do one of two things. That friend could not be a good friend and just care more about not annoying him or herself and say, ah, it looks good, knowing full well when they get to their grandmother's brunch, people are going to think that outfit is totally inappropriate to wear on a Sunday at 10 a.m. Or if you are a good friend, someone like me who kindly annoys people, who cares about themselves second, I would say, hey, that outfit looks great, but perhaps it's not the right fit for a Sunday brunch for your grandmother. And oh yeah, didn't you tell me like 4 or 5 of your grandmother's friends were going? Maybe a different outfit would be a better choice. And then that's me being a good friend and saying, this outfit probably won't work out for your grandmother's brunch. So back to my story with my resident who trusted my opinion. So I said to her, when you have a relationship with people, you can give some tough love, but first you have to have love first. So you can't, this is just a side note on Facebook interaction, online interaction. When someone posts a case or idea and you say things like, that is a stupid idea, or that's not a good case, it doesn't work if you don't know the person. It comes off as incredibly rude or mean. But in real life, when you have relationships with people, sometimes you can cut through that and you can give your honest opinion. So in giving your honest opinion of a position, you can say things like, this is not going to work out from everything you've told me about your goals and what we've talked about here.
That little nice guy showed up, so I would stop filming, not to bug him, but that is an example of how to make sure your associate position does not turn into a frog. You don't want your associate position to turn into a frog. So we are now We have about 10 minutes left in our CE course. I want to make sure you guys are getting the value that you wanted. Are there any questions? And if I say this and just move on, people don't ask questions. So I'm going to give 60 seconds. This is a golden nacho tip. Who here has been a dentist and been in the exam room for hygiene and wanted to get out of the exam room, but the person kept telling you all this sort of miscellaneous stuff? They had a cat, their cat died, they got a new cat, they named Mr. Whiskers, they buried the other cat in the backyard. I'm going on vacation, but I don't really like my sister-in-law. She's not very nice. She never brings any wine. I have to bring the wine for, oh, this sounds like everybody. A lot of yappers. Well, in dentistry, that's a problem because how do you get out of the room? Can't just be like, I'm going to go over here now, right? The worst of open bar for a wedding. You're at open bar for a wedding. You do what everybody does. You go up and you order the most expensive drink possible because you think it's free. What is your most expensive liquors? Put them all in a glass. I want to be hungover tomorrow. So anyway, at open bar at a wedding, people bug you. You can't get your drinks. You want to get out of there. So here, how do you get out of a hygiene exam room and seem likable? And here's what you say. What other questions can I answer about fill in the blank? Your teeth, your mouth, your gum tissue, your night guard. What, not do you have any questions? So I'm going to ask you guys and give you guys 60 seconds to put these into the chat because we'll talk on what questions can I answer for you as we wrap up in 10 minutes, managing expectations. What other questions can I answer for you about fill in the blank, finding a job, hiring an associate, daily safety net guarantee, finding a lawyer, not crying in your nachos because you can't find a job, things of that nature. Okay, who would cry in nachos? That's just insane. So I'm going to give you 60 seconds to put in the chat any questions that I could help you with. What question I help you with before we wrap up? See some coming in, good. I'll let a few pile up in here. Okay, this is going great. I want to also always circle back, it's a business term, circle back and check in on what you said you were going to share with somebody, teach someone, tell them about their procedure. So I'm going to circle back with you guys to my beginning to make sure I've hit our educational objectives. Developing a system to identify if an associate position is right for you. This is volume 1. We have a lot of opportunities on dentalnachos.com. Jill gave you in the chat an awesome free course and a free code that you can use to get a great course on finding a job. That free code for $25 works on any Dental Nacho CE course. So you can pick one, the Dr. Nacho dating one, things like that. So there's other content to get, but we started developing a system. What questions to ask, how to interact, say things like, is this the first time this office has had an associate or not? Review 3 crucial points a job seeker and hiring dentists want to know. Here they are, crucial things to take home. Why does the office need an associate? What procedures does the office want me to do? And how will I be compensated? Both parties. What, why, what, how? Put it in a little notebook, jot it down, make sure you get that. Figure out if your dental practice can support an associate. I want to add a little content on that. If you're a practice owner, here's some things to determine. How far you booked out for your next crown. If it's not 6 weeks or more, you're likely not busy enough. That's just a rule of nacho thumb. But you may feel busy, but if you can get someone in for a crown, a standard procedure within 6 weeks, do you really have enough to hire an associate? Is your associate position a car or a boat like we talked about? Car's a need, a boat's a want. Are you willing to make less money for 12 months having an associate? There's going to be a cost. If you are, great. If you're not, also okay. But adding an associate to your practice is not a revenue enhancer in the beginning. It's not. It can be later. It can be after you develop, but you got to go through those first 12 months with that associate. And I just want to see if and we talked a lot about unique ways to BTL yourself, hire an associate. The BTL videos, your associates, we're going to show those. I'm going to show the BTL video to you guys for the associates. Then we'll answer these questions. Some of you guys have seen this BTL video like 14 times, but it's excellent. This crunching your job dentistry interview is a great thing to watch. see where a BTL video is. Here it is.
Tell me where I can go. Hi, my name is Paul.
Back to the beginning. Associate looking for a job, make a BTL video. Dental student looking to go to the next, looking to talk to your patients. Hi, my name is Dr. Paul to be. Hi, my name is Paul Goodman. I'm your dental student at Nacho Dental School University. I'm so excited to work with you this year. To reach out to me, email me at paul@dentalnachos.com or text me at 267-896-4886, 267-896-4886. That's just you sharing your information. If you don't want to share yourself, get Google Voice, but make BTL videos for all parts of your life to bring yourself to life so people can connect with you. ABC, always be connecting, always be creative, always be changing.
Nacho Goodman. I went to Penn Dental School and graduated in 2002. After dental school, I did a GPR residency at Albert Einstein where I learned how to place implants, do endo, get faster with restorative procedures. I would love to find a job in the Philadelphia area, and I would love to meet you. My cell phone is 267-896-1942. My email is paul@dentalnachos.com. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time.
So that is just an easy BTL video of you sharing. So let's get to your questions. This goes to the next YouTube one. We are going to look at some more nacho stuff in a second.
Tell me when I can go.
So I'm going to answer some questions here. Great. You guys have some great questions. Any tip for finding a job as a graduating AGD resident? Get your virtual self out there as much as humanly possible. We have a system at Dental Nachos. Sign up anywhere where there's matchmaking available. So if you are looking for a job, get your virtual resume out. Ours is jobconnect@dentalnachos.com, 267-800-3196. That is Jill's Dental Nachos phone. If you want to text her and tell her how lucky she is to have a brother like me, go ahead and text her. Man, you are so lucky. Or you want to say, man, it can't be easy to deal with Paul all the time. So jobconnect@dentalnachos.com. Get on every site. Dentaltown. I work with Chance Bodini, Dr. Chance Bodini, practicerail.com. Our site, Indeed, get your virtual self out there as much as possible. Call up offices, Golden Nut in the area that you want to work in and say this. Hi, my name is Dr. Paul Goodman. I just finished a residency. I'm so excited to come back to this area. Can I speak with your dentist about what dentistry is like in this town? Would I be able to take him to lunch when that's legal or talk on the phone? Don't ask if they have a job. Ask if you can speak to that dentist. That's enough for you to do. You do that, come back to me for more stuff. Jobconnect@dentalnachos.com, Dentaltown, practicerail.com, Indeed, Monster, get yourself out there, Craigslist. Then call up dentists in the area and say, hey, can I talk to your dentist about what dentistry is like in that area? Because finding a job in dentistry is a lot like dating with less appetizer consumption. I wish there was more appetizer consumption. That was a good part of dating. There should be more appetizer consumption in dentistry dating, because you have to, how can you find a job? Online, ask friends, go out and meet people in person when that becomes legal again at in-person CE courses. Contract reviews by an attorney, is it essential? It is, in my Nacho opinion, like the Bart Simpson from the TV, every contract that you are about to sign, have it reviewed by a dental focused attorney. There's been some scary, sad stuff. Dentists have not been able to buy practices where they want to because of their restrictive covenant. Dentists have not gotten paid properly. Watch this, nothing bad can happen. Don't be dentist cheap. Don't be dentist cheap. If you cannot pay $500 to $1,500 to have a contract reviewed, ask somebody for the money, because nothing bad happens. Watch this. Rob Montgomery, someone I work with, my podcast partner, the dentalmigos.com is our podcast. We have a ton of great content on there. You bring it to Rob and his team. He either says, it's a great associate contract. The restricted covenant is 15 miles. Let's ask for 10 miles and see if we get that. Perfect. Or there's so many red flags. Don't take this job. There's so many things written in here that can expose you to big problems. Don't take this job. Get your contract reviewed by a dental focused attorney. It's key. This is your career, your profession. There's a lot of things happen. Do not be dentist cheap about it. Get your contract. Now, don't get 14 contracts reviewed. Go on the interviews, figure out what's best, ask for get your contract, and get ones that you really want to take the job with reviewed. How can a new grad try and differentiate themselves? I actually think those videos, the BTL videos and the I did this with the on-site residents. We didn't do as much videos back then. Make a small online portfolio of your work. Here's some stuff that I did. Normal stuff, not your one full mouth recap that the prosthodontist did 80% of it. Class 2s, easy endo, extractions, if you implant restorations and a crown. Make a little portfolio of you, make a BTL video, and get it out as much as humanly possible. Offer to meet on Zoom. Is everyone comfortable? Raise your hand if you're not comfortable having a Zoom meeting face-to-face like I'm having here. Raise your hand if you are not comfortable having a Zoom meeting. Because if you're not comfortable having a Zoom meeting, get comfortable. Get the free version of Zoom, talk to your friends on it, because they say, hey, can we get on a Zoom meeting? That will differentiate you. Maybe you have to explain to the dentist how to use Zoom. That's okay, that happens. But getting yourself out there face-to-face is so key. If the owner where you're planning to practice doesn't see the point of the contract, what can you say? Or is the situation a red flag? Interestingly, if you don't have a contract, there's no restrictive covenant, so that's good, but you might not get paid. So here's one of these things. Do you want to, really good question. Do you want to work for someone who doesn't give you a contract? Because they're really exposing themselves. So right now, post-pandemic, I know it's going to be tough. So working without a contract, what's your biggest exposure for working without a contract? Not getting paid, not having someone held accountable to something. Your biggest benefit, there's no restrictive covenant. So right now I will modify what I say and say, if it seems like a good job and the owner just doesn't get having a contract, I wouldn't say not take the job. I would just be very aware, because it is an orange, maybe not a red flag, but an orange flag. What is most important to most associates? We have many successful ones and always looking to be better for them. I think what's important for associates is for you to have a clear treatment plan for their dentisting life. So I'll share the treatment plan for our associates. We have an opportunity at our satellite practice for someone to run that practice, work there 4 days a week, earn between $100,000 to $150,000 a year as an employee, have health insurance. That's that job. Is it ever going to be a $250,000 a year job? Probably not. It's probably not going to be. Is it going to be a job that they can count on pre-pandemic, let's just pre-pandemic, that we need someone at that place? Yes. So the treatment plan and what's going to get them to the end result and how they want to grow and what's realistic. I mean, my daughter, Daphne, is very athletic, it seems so far, super strong kid. If she said, I really want to learn how to do gymnastics and I want to go to a $5,000 camp next week, I'd say that's not realistic. She says, I want to take a class, when that's legal again, take a class that's $500, that's realistic. So what are their realistic expectations? How many chances would you give besides deciding an associate is not a good fit? Asking that question is a problem to begin with. It's tough. I would use references. It also depends on, are you being cray-cray? Like, are they not doing crowns in an hour and a half and an hour and 15 minutes? Or are patients complaining that they don't enjoy seeing that person? But remember, one complaint, we're very bad with this, guys. I'm telling you, I'll stay for a few more minutes because I'm enjoying this. I'll give you the CE code in 1 second. Live your life in the most, not the lightning. We all have a couple negative reviews, but we have hundreds of positive reviews. I don't know if you know this. Follow me on Dental Nachos. Some people have said things about me that my grandmother would not like. She would not have believed them, not her, not me, the most handsome, special boy in the world, but not everybody gets you. But I think so many people like Dental Nachos, and maybe these few don't. So many people like this associate, maybe these few don't. So don't overvalue, that's a Gary Vee thing, don't overvalue feedback that's inconsistent. A couple people complaining, not a big deal. More than a couple people complaining, maybe you have a sit down, and it's a really difficult question. I encourage you, bring in consultants. Here, watch this. Text GUAC, G-U-A-C to, actually, Jill, I don't know if Jill's still here. That one is 33777. Try the text GUAC to 33777. If that doesn't work, just email salsa@dentalnachos.com. Great practice management leadership course from Lisa Mergens. Tips for interviews, get as many as possible. BTL yourself. Stuff reviewed, really good. Bring a notebook to write down, arrive 15 minutes early. That little notebook to say, hey, can I jot down a few things while we're talking, and have your list of questions in the side of that notebook, you know, why, what, how, first time associate. Code from Jill is 25 Zoom 3. So 25 Zoom 3 saves you $25 on any course on dentalnachos.com. Even if it's on recording, it's no problem. Dental Nachos team, 25 Zoom 3. There's a lot of great jobs, great courses on finding jobs, fillings, and figuring out as a new dentist is a great one. Screen the lawyer, ask for recommendations. I would ask for that. Is it okay to ask why their associate left? Sure. Hey, I'm just wondering, but don't be like, why'd your associate leave, dude? Not so aggressive, right? Be like, hey, I was just wondering, the previous associate worked here. Would it be okay if I contacted them to make sure I'm a good fit for this office? Great question to ask, because even if they left on not so great terms, I would want you to say, yeah, sure, talk to this associate. I want you to find out about the position, but just want you to know she was somebody who wanted to do cosmetic cases, and we didn't do that many, so she found a better place. Always be open, always be managing expectations. Why do people think it's typical for new dentists to work in Medicaid mills in New York City? How common is a new dentist working in a private office at residency? Can new dentists get the opportunities? It's common. Geographic flexibility will improve your choices. If you're willing to move, it will improve your choices. There are many good jobs across the country. People contact me where dentists can make $150,000 to $250,000 a year, but it's 30 miles outside of Pittsburgh. It's in the middle of Pennsylvania. It's in the middle of Ohio. Those aren't always places you want to go. I get it. It's tough. I am a lifestyle person. I worked in my dad's office in New Jersey. I live in Philadelphia. It's tough, but right now, think of it possibly as your dental private practice residency. Doctors move around the country to do residencies. Is it better to make $0 or make $150,000 for a few years where you don't want to live? Super tough. I feel for you guys, but that's the reason. New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Austin, Texas, the more places people want to live, the harder it is to have job opportunities if people already have those jobs. How do you not sound desperate? Just be yourself. I'm not gonna say be yourself. That's terrible advice for meeting new people. No one's their self. You always have this fake self. Hey, how's it going? Sounds like a good idea. That's your dating self. I would just sound urgent. I'm really looking forward to getting to work to get work here. And you're not going to be desperate if you have multiple opportunities. After this course, do one thing that I shared. Post your resume on Dentaltown, email jobconnect@dentalnachos.com, sign up for a practicereal.com account with who I collaborate there, Chance Bodini. Just do one thing. Then tomorrow, or on Tuesday, I'm going to call offices in the area. I want to work in Pennington, New Jersey. That's where I am. I'm going to call up those offices, say, hey, I'm a new dentist. I'm looking at this area. This area is a great area. Could I talk with your dentist about what dentistry is like in this area? Some might hang up. Some might say, sure. Just focus on the wins. Dentists are weird. We're all weird. We got taught to be weird. We don't know how to talk with each other in ways that make sense, but you can change that, whoever's out there. We can be a little bit more normal. There's some normal inside of you. I know dental school ruined it. We can bring it out again. Independent contract versus employee, I always recommend to be an employee. All of our associates are employees. That's something you definitely should ask about an accountant or dental focused attorney. If you want any recommendations from our sponsors, people that work with these, some sponsor Dental Nachos. I'm very transparent, but they're good people. My job is to set you up and determine if it's a good fit for you. I'm just a resource here. So if you want a dental focused attorney or dental focused accountant, just email dental focused attorney, dental focused accountant to salsa@dentalnachos.com. And looks like we got through all of that. Recommendations for a template cover resume. You guys email. Let me give you guys the CE code because I know we're going overtime here. So the CE code for Live CE, I'll stay around and answer a few questions. The CE code for Live CE is match 524, matched 524. So you have to use your CE Zoom link that Jill provided. If you do not have the link or do not know how this works, just email ce@dentalnachos.com. But all of you, there's a reminder email that went out an hour before this webinar. Go back to that. It has the registration link in it. Amanda put it in there. The Zoom reminder email an hour before this webinar has the register. Use this. It's free, match 524. There is a paid version of CE Zoom. They're a great collaborator with us, but you can track your CE or track this course for free on there. ce@dentalnachos.com. If you have any questions, match 524 is the code, match 524. In my experience, a lot of jobs, the cover letter and recommendations is a great question. Go on the Dental Nachos group and ask about that. I think someone will be able to help you. In my experience, a lot of jobs that we're looking to hire an associate for COVID are no longer looking. Is it better to wait a few months if we're able to take the risk or on off? That's a really good question. Oh, I brought my favorite mug to this. My associates bought me this. Look, studies show world's best boss. That's me. There's straight vodka in here. No, just joking. So this is something I say. Sometimes it's better to have no job than a bad job. But I know it's tough if you have to pay your rent. But taking a job that's a bad job is something that sometimes can prevent you from getting into a relationship with a good job. You see why this is a lot like dating? I would just ABE, always be exploring out there. And it's a good question. And the answer is just try to be open-minded each day. Working interviews, I do not like working interviews. To me, they're kind of nacho nuts. I like observations, but if someone says, hey, show up on a Saturday and start doing root canals on patients you've never met, It's just not my thing. You want to make sure you have the right insurance. To me, it is a red flag. I would not have a working interview myself. I would not say to some dentist who I thought was nice, and I wanted to see if they worked there, say, come in and try these 4 or 5 procedures on these people you may never see again. So to me, I'm not a fan of working interviews for treatment. If there's a small thing, if you do hygiene in an office to see how it ran, that I'm not totally against, but that's my working interview input. How do you stand out? All the things we talked about today. BTL, the code again is match524. The code is match524. If you're watching this on demand, code match254 is meaningless. You're going to have a quiz. This is for the people who watched it live. We have live C and on demand C. Match524. Match524. Great. Do you foresee the daily state guarantee decreasing? Possibly. I do possibly see that. We're going to answer a few more questions here, but this is a good way to ask questions to people. So I'm here. We did the course, free course. It's fun. I like it. I know it's like free chips and salsa. Maybe you guys will get other stuff. Maybe you won't. Don't have to get anything else. But this is a really good way to ask someone, would you help me? So I want you guys to help me with 2 things. Would you watch this? And then would you help me? So next week, we're having the Kiko Summit, the Keep It Kind Online Summit. I am super excited for this. Dr. Mark Costas is speaking, Dr. Shaquille Angadi, Frank King. It's going to be on personal professional development, managing stress, recognizing signs of suicide. There's 2 dentists that have died by suicide through this. I'm sure there are more, which is just brutal and horrific, and figuring out where to go for help. It's next week, Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm incredibly excited. Hopefully we can get thousands of dentists watching this. I want to just show you a video about it for a second here. And I will go back to the questions.
Hey, dentistry friends, it's Paul, Dr. Nacho, dentalnachos.com.
While you're watching this video, to get a free watch and pass, you just text Kiko on the list here. You just text Kiko to 55444, 55444. I haven't decided if I'm going to give the recordings to anyone who watches in. It's free to watch in, but even if you can't make a course, it's great to be on the list. You might catch some of it. We might have a follow-up thing from it. So text Kiko to 55444. I would love if you helped me and shared the text Kiko to 55444 with your friends. It's going to be on personal and professional development, stress management, recognizing signs of suicide, and where to go for help. It's totally free. It's going to be awesome. Just want to share with you this video, and then we're going to watch.
I am standing at Rittenhouse Square Park, one of my favorite places. It's a free park here in Philadelphia. And it reminds me of all the free, awesome Facebook groups that are out there to help us as dentists and humans. Students, residents, dentists, team members, people who work with dentists, an awesome online community that dentists have built. And I want to honor that at the Dental Nachos Kiko Summit, Sunday, May 31st, 11 a.m. Eastern on Nacho Zoom, CE on TV. You're going to hear from other Facebook group founders as to what they do, why they do it, what their group is all about, so you can learn how we can bond together, be kinder to each other, share more, and make our dentisting world better. So join us on Nacho Zoom, CE on TV, Sunday, May 31st for the Dental Nachos Kiko Summit, Keep It Kind Online. You're going to earn live CE, you're going to win CE prizes, and best of all, you're going to make some new friends.
So someone asked, where do we put the code in? Normal question for CE. The Match 524 goes into your registered course on CE Zoom. How do you register? It is in the Zoom reminder email to this course. If you can't find that email, just email ce@dentalnachos.com. Say, I need help with the Match 524 code. A couple more questions here. How do you recommend observing a new associate? Really good question. Right now, you have to do it based on references and people that you know. There is a push to sometimes say we have 90-day periods where this is a good point here. So if you're an associate and an owner and you sign a 10-mile restrictive covenant, and after 30 days, things just aren't great, there is some ability in contracts to say we'll go for 90 days. And if either party do not remove themselves from the contract, restrictive covenant is not in a full effect. That's something you talk about with your attorney that would give you that observational period. Excuse me, guys, here. Observing a new associate, put the code in. If a principal is willing to mentor a new grad, is it appropriate to ask for a daily minimum or is it too aggressive? It depends on what you're going to be doing, and it depends on why you want that position. So Gary Vee is a great example. I'm going to do one more Gary Vee video at the end. You know, he asks people, he says, hey, you want to hang around with me, make me some videos, do this stuff. You're not going to get paid, but you're going to get these opportunities. If he hires someone to produce something for one of his commercials, he's going to pay them. I'm very similar. If I hire someone who's going to be doing work that people pay us for, they're of course going to be paid. If a dentist said, hey, I want to watch you talk to patients one day a month at my practice, it would be nice of me to let them come and do that, so I wouldn't pay for that. So I don't know if that helps you, but if you're doing work that generates production, I think there should be payment for it. Whether you want to ask for a minimum amount is up to you. Depends on how bad you want to be in that position. But be creative. Don't get stuck on small details early in your career. If you have really good opportunities to be in the presence of a dentist that can really help you grow personally and professionally, do whatever you can to make that happen. All right, great, guys. I'm going to ask, well, this is that. I know the Kiko Summit has a lot of kindness, but has some heavy stuff. So our last video, so I made this video today, and this is something that so Gary Vee is someone I'd like to meet someday. He always says, bring someone value to them. So I like to bring him value. He's brought me a lot of value. So I made this video here, walking to make other videos. And this here will give you some, a code to get some free, a wine deal, free at hiswinetext.com.
Hey, Dental Nachos Nation, it's Paul, Dr. Nacho. A year ago, I got one of the best tips that enhanced my life. I don't even like the word change. I like modify.
So this video in 53 seconds, guys, it's packed with a ton of stuff that can help you. I don't like the word change because it sounds bad. I said this. I like the word modify or enhance. This is the tip that I got that really changed my life. Why I'm doing a C course in the middle of a day with a hat on, I wouldn't have been as comfortable doing this, even filming this video. Listen, this is the tip I got that you guys can use to help you find jobs, connect with patients, and here it is.
Modify, enhance, and that's from Gary Vee. Gary Vee shared why we should document more and not produce as much. We don't have to wait for the perfect lighting, the perfect backdrop, the perfect anything to make a great video to share with people, to help them. It could be our patients, could be our teams, could be our friends and family. So I really appreciate that Gary Vee did that for me, so I would like to do something for him and help you guys. As stressed out dentists, as stressed out parents, one of my favorite things is parenting medicine, otherwise known as wine. And Gary Vee has his winetext.com. So I've created my own nacho text. Text the word nacho wine to 55444 and you will get my referral code for Gary Vee's wine text. Let's show him the strength of Nacho Nation, how we can care, how we can share, and we can bond together over wine.
So that, guys, will bring us to the end here. I'll leave the chat going. This is our Dental Nachos YouTube page, so you guys can get a lot of this stuff here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on a Sunday. I really enjoyed it. We're going to do more of this. I really hope to see you next Sunday at the Kiko Summit. It's going to be awesome. Watch this week for more CE on TV that we are doing. I'm going to stop my video, and if you guys have any last minute things you want to say, I'll try to answer them in the chat. If not, I'm going to go back to Mrs. Nacho. Have a great, and the moderators, have a great rest of this unique holiday weekend. Hope you guys are getting some nachos and margaritas. And just remember, even though we have our own unique story in dentistry and the pandemic, we are all in this together. We can share more, we can care more, we can build a better dentisting world together. Thanks, guys.